Okay, good. So I'm here with a very special friend. So why don't you tell us who you are and your company?
Hi, Josh. I'm Riggs Eckleberry, and I'm the CEO of a longstanding public company, Origin Clear. And we are players in the really sexy industrial water space.
Nice. And why did you come to Command Your Brand?
I was a referral, I believe, that led to we were really interested in getting more social media reach. And so we basically tried it out, and we've been a client for ever since.
Awesome. And what was your experience with the onboarding process?
Well, Commend Your Brand's very efficient. They're they're pretty knowledgeable about, they have a standard procedure, and so it's pretty simple and easy for me as a CEO to comply with, creating the promotional materials and then the scheduling and appointing and so forth. So that's become quite smooth.
Awesome. And what value did you receive in your onboarding?
Well, first of all, was sharpening the story so that it was bookable. That was number one. And then number two was being in on the selection of targets. And then, I think there's an ongoing adjustment process as things work or don't work.
How was your experience working with the PR team?
Well, they did a very good job of, you know, dialing for dialing and smiling and dialing and getting the people lined up and pitching and getting them booked.
Awesome. And what results did the program create in your business?
Well, we have, first of all, we are able to use the material in my weekly CEO briefing, so it's very, very useful content.
Mm,
Secondly, over time, it gets our story out there and creates currency. And then thirdly, we're able to use clips for our own social media and amplify our positioning. So that's the reason why now occasionally we might see some effect on our stock price, but that's entirely random. Mostly it is a cumulative process.
nice. And how did appearing on podcasts help your messaging?
Well, definitely, here's what's interesting about podcasts is that the interviewer, uh, they run so many podcasts themselves. They kind of know how to ask questions to draw people out, and
Mm,
so takes you away from the talking head mode to a more of introspective and interesting um, things to highlight that the interviewer found interesting, um, and therefore the public. So it's a way really to amplify and deepen our story through the interview process.
excellent. And was there any show that we booked for you that was like, wow, that was a really good show? Or was there like a show that you really wanted to be on, you were able to get on? Or, well, like, tell me your experience about that.
Well, only because I'm a fanboy for geopolitics and empire, and
Yeah.
so I got booked first on TNT Radio Live and then on his actual video podcast. That was huge, and he has a good audience on Telegram alone. He's got 32,000
Oh,
people, just on Telegram. So he
mm,
has, you know, not only a good audience, but he's a very charismatic. Hervoyer is a very charismatic individual, talks to a lot of high level people. So it was a big honor to be involved in that.
nice. And is there anything you would like to communicate in your experience working with Commander Brands?
Well, I'd just like to say about Command Your Brand that they are very direct in execution, minimal distraction from my day to day, and basically they execute on the promise, which is to publicize the company. And these days, with mainstream media going away, we have to find alternative media routes, and podcasting is one of the big pillars.
Yeah. Awesome. And would you recommend Commander Brands?
I would recommend Command Your Brands to anybody who would like to make a mark on social media.
Awesome.